Hello to everyone out there in Benzo land. I am back on my 4.5-year anniversary free from clonazepam. Yes, at 11:30 in the morning on October 3rd, 4.5 years ago, I took my last 1/4 milligram. And as most of you know who follow me, all hell broke loose. And it's been a long ride. I'm 38 months free from Seroquel, which I know didn't really do anything other than a little more insomnia when I got off of it. I don't really feel that I had many effects from withdrawing from that, so I believe this is all the benzo, and I know that's a discussion that's up for grabs in the groups out there, and I understand that because everybody acts differently to different drugs, but I just count from my benzo release date, escape date. So someone commented on one of my videos asking me if I do a video on my improvements, and I hesitated for a few days, and I thought, man, I'm suffering so much. I don't know if I really have a lot of hope to give in that area. And then I started thinking about how really severe I was the first, I don't know, it's so hard to track this, like 8 months or so. I didn't start documenting and rating my symptoms until I think it was my 10th month. I daily rate my symptoms, and since then, since the 10th month, I've seen maybe like a 10% improvement. But previous to that, I'm thinking back to the acute time, I know I've seen probably a 20% from then. So I'm going to say I'm about 30% better. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, and it doesn't feel like a lot when you're still suffering so much. And I really am. I'm so miserable, mainly because of this pushing and this body pushing feeling inside of me. It just never stops. It's changed. Some people say I'm not rocking as much, and that may be, but it used to be like a full body sway, and now it's more of like this jerky kind of jerky feeling, more like short jerks. It's still tormenting, and combined with that pressure in my neck and my head and my upper body, it just feels like I'm going to explode and float away. It just never really lets up to any degree. And then I still have the thick derealization and depersonalization. That one has never been as much as the derealization, but that's still constant. And when you live in that state, it's just freaky. And then I have the high anxiety still. It's slowly gotten better. I'm not going to deny that. It's slowly gotten better, but it's still so hard to deal with when it's there strong. So those 4 things are just leaving me so tormented. I still have the tinnitus and the buzzing on the skin, and some obsessions, racing thoughts, not as bad. And just, odds and ends of things. I get an earache still here and there. I was up all night with the earache the other day from the ear pressure, things like that. But I really thought, maybe I should focus more on the improvements, because I'm trying to bring hope to people with these videos. And there is hope. There's hope because things have left for me. Ignore, what I said about still suffering so much. Although it's true and we need to be real, but try to focus on what I have to say now that has shown improvements. We need to hang on to hope, and here it is for you. So the first 6 months I had severe benzo flu. I felt like I had the flu constantly, weak, shaky, inner tremors, extremely cold in the middle of summer, blankets and robes and everything, like just never could warm up. And then I'd get extreme hot flashes. Headache, oh my goodness, the headache those first months was just incredible, and fatigue that I can't even describe. Could hardly lift my arm. I'd have to pause walking to the bathroom. I would lay there as still as I could and think, is there any way to get more rest? Is there any way to get away from this fatigue without being as calm as I am? And there wasn't. I just had to write it out. The twitches, I never had the big jerks, but like the little muscle twitches, I get them in my nose and my knee and my hand, those are gone, and have been gone for a long time. Heart palpitations started in month 10 and lasted for about 10 months, and they were awful, but they are completely gone. And that really strong heartbeat, I don't know if anybody has had that, but where you're trying to fight off like an illness, even before this happened to us, like if you have the really bad flu and your heart just boom, boom, that is gone. I have no more heart issues at all. All my blood work is almost normal now. I still am showing some adrenal fatigue and need some vitamin D, but I had all kinds of stuff with my liver and my thyroid, and all that is normal. Also, the really bad, crazy, obsessive thoughts and anxiety started like 3 months off the drug. That was my acute, like, man, June, July, August of 2013 were crazy, and I would have awful, violent, intrusive thoughts of disgusting manner, and it just, oh, it was awful. And so those are gone, those just crazy thoughts that come at you. Some of the obsessing is gone. I still can definitely obsess. It's maybe half gone. It's still very annoying, and I really try to acknowledge it for what it is and know it's not me, but it's hard. That's a tough one. Still a lot of racing going on up there. Also that feeling like you're just crazy, which comes with the intrusive thoughts and the obsessing. Like I would just literally pull my hair and just dig my nails in my skin and feel like I was losing my mind. I have not really felt crazy in a long time. I feel like the symptoms are driving me crazy, which is different, but I haven't felt like a crazy person in quite a long time. 2 years ago, I started on a super clean eating plan, just kind of paleo-ish with more dairy, and I lost weight, and I don't know if it's just healing from the drugs or that, but almost all of my aches and pains are gone. I mean, my bones hurt in my hands and my feet and my knees especially, and I was just achy and sore, and not the nerve pain that some people talk about, but just, I don't know, just like traumatized muscles and bones. And that is, I would say 90% better. It really is. My earaches that I had daily are for the most part gone. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, there's just probably little things I'm not thinking of that are gone. So yes. Oh, the depression. The depression is better. I was so depressed. You can look back at my depression video. I could not move from just the depression. I would just beg God to take me just from the heaviness of that. It was hard to smile. That is probably 40% better. I actually feel tinges of joy at times. I want to do things even though I'm so miserable with this. And then of course the insomnia, which I did a video on last night. I think I slept 6.5 hours, and it was really solid, good sleep. I never thought insomnia would leave. That's like a miracle come true. So please be encouraged by this. I'm sorry I haven't focused on the positives more before this, and I think the subscriber, and I can't remember her name, who asked me to do this, because there are improvements, and it encourages me to even speak this out, because then I know there'll be more. And I do want to say too, there's slight occasions where the bodiness doesn't feel quite as strong. There's slight occasions where I feel like the DR wants to lift, the derealization, like it's been at a constant 10, maybe it'll dip to an 8 or 9 for like a half hour. Little things like that, not enough to say, oh yay, you know it, but enough to make me hopeful. So stay in hope, friends. I started that Christian group, Christians Healing from Benzos and Psych Meds. If anybody wants to search that on Facebook, we have about 47 members, and it's going well. I think everybody seems to get along, and it's a good place to hang out. So if you're interested, you know, go over there. I'm keeping the faith. I'm staying strong as I can. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be back one day shouting for joy. You're not going to know what to do with me. That's what I tell my family and friends. I'm going everywhere and doing everything. That's what I say. I'm still, you know, not driving, very isolated in my day-to-day life, but it's all going to be worth it. Life's going to be beautiful again, friends. I love you all.